basketball
Duke,
school.
right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, Deion Jones with the Duke, so hey. Okay.
All right. Hey now.
And who's your quarterback again?
Right.
Did he go to school?
No, he went to Carolina.
Oh, okay. So all right then.
He went to Carolina.
Yeah, all right
He went to UNC.
All right then.
I'm very proud of him. I'm not even sure where you're going with that, buddy.
All right then, because I don't know what you was trying to say about Daniel Jones and Duke.
No, I'm saying Daniel Jones with the Duke. You say it's basketball school, and I was like, didn't Daniel Jones go to
No,
Duke?
but I felt like that was a shot.
Shit. Here we go. Let's get the show going.
You're listening to the Hot Seat Podcast.
Seed.
Welcome all. I'm your boy Sean, along with my co-host Earl.
Yo.
Dave.
You're on mute.
This how we're gonna start year 3, huh? You on mute?
You're on mute. Yes, you are.
One more time, Dave.
Beautiful time. Yes, sir.
Man, you know what it is. We're just
It's been a long day. We'll get into it. Go ahead.
We're just dads with mics, man. Gamers with headsets and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. And of course, make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel, man, where you're watching us right now at the Hot Seat Podcast. And as always, Instagram, Facebook, follow us, man. Keep up with us. Everything else in between, man. It is our season premiere, our 10th season, year 3, episode 122. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us once again. We're going to work on Earl's background because right now he's like on a Zoom call in the call center. I'm not sure what's happening.
It's not wrong with my background. This is the
damn
vibe that I
right.
wanted.
He got the sports coat on with the shorts.
This
That's
is
what
the
that background
vibe.
is.
This is the vibe that I wanted.
Oh, man. Gentlemen, welcome back, man. I feel like I ain't seen y'all in a month of Sundays. Actually, that was a good month off. You know, since we did the on location, a good month off to relax.
Needed it.
Yes. Yes, we
We
very
needed
much
it.
did. We very much did.
For all
What
the
y'all been
things
up to,
that have
man?
happened in between. Yeah. Go ahead, Earl, because
Listen.
mine's going to be a dissertation.
Go ahead, man.
Like what I've been up to. I mean, shit, life, school, getting back into school, just trying to get back in the swing of things. I'm about to start this weight loss journey though, because I'm about to start hitting some vacation, so I gotta cut this shit off.
Are we back on the challenging each other on the text message?
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Okay.
Because I'm in there tomorrow. Like, I'm trying to get up in the morning, and if not tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go at night.
Let's do that 100 push-ups a day again.
Yeah,
Let's
With
get
it.
it going. All right.
I'm with it. Yeah, that's me. And kid about to start back to school, so and Sean said nope.
Nope. As long as I'm having to do things like lift entire washing machines up and down a flight of
That shit work
stairs.
out.
Yeah. Because
I feel
today, old man strength wins again. So shout out to all us old guys out there who every
You're
once in
not
a while,
old, bro. You're not old, man.
bruh, when you're over 40 and you lifting a whole goddamn washing machine with an 18-year-old who you expect to have some strength, and then you have to be like, yo, just come around this side, I got it. Yeah. Yeah. It was you find out. Like,
Not that I expect to have some strength.
yeah, like because I think he's still growing into it, man. He's still growing into it. Like they don't know their strength. Like, how fathers are. We got to a point in time where we knew anyway that, not to challenge our fathers. May they all rest in peace. But we also saw them do things that was not human. You're like, damn, he's strong as a bear. I don't think so I'm pretty sure it's
heavy-handed.
Yes, very
I
much
mean,
so.
You don't really tap into that. I mean, at 18, you got some strength, but like you don't tap into that reserve strength until you're in your 20s, bro. Like when
Plus,
you
you get that mentality where I'm not gonna put this thing down.
Yeah, and when you done went through some stuff, you done.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to get it done. So it's like, all right, now I got to pick this up.
I think today. So the part when I was, I had to take the door off, the side door off, because the washing machine was just that little, a little bit bigger than just that about inch and a half. I took the door off, took the hinges off, and then as I'm putting it back on, the drill dies. So I'm like, ain't this a bad? So Javen was like, can you find the other battery? I got impatient. I said, just give me the screwdriver. And I think he was looking at me. He was like, manual, like, and ratcheting, manual joint. I know he was looking at me like, yo, he's really putting these screws back in with the goddamn joint. I know his mind. He was like,
what does that do? That's what he was. What is that?
But you know what? I bet you,
right.
I bet you throughout this journey, or through, like when you knew you had to move this, I know you probably was prepared, or you probably had a plan B of like, yeah, I might have to do this myself.
Yes, if he couldn't do it, I would have lifted. That shit would have been lifted by me. I've done it before. I don't know how I was gonna pull it off, but I did it. And I did it. Yeah, and I did it in Crocs too. I put them shits in sports mode. It was go time, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, right. I love my Crocs, and I'm not playing Crocs out because the Crocs are the best thing ever.
No, they were great. They were great. I'll just say this though, that I'll give it over to Dave. The hell with the guys from Home Depot, because they delivered the washer, the brand new one, and they said, "Oh, we can't get this down there. We came here before. I guess before they renovated our house, they couldn't get it down to the lower level." Dave knows what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So when I get home that day, and I asked the missus, and I was like, "Did they measure?" He's like, "Yeah, they did." I'm like, "Let me see." I measured that shit myself. I said they obviously didn't. Now their measurement.
You paid for that?
Pay for what?
You paid for them to deliver it?
They delivered it to the house. They delivered it to the house, but I installed it itself because they said they couldn't get it down the way, and it was literally 3/4 of an inch space on either side.
Oh, so you had to be perfect.
You had to be perfect, and I don't think they wanted to be perfect at all. Nah, damn that.
I mean, that ain't their house, so I'm like, you ain't paying me to be perfect, bro. You paying me to put this right here.
No, but when they told the missus we can't do it, that's pissed me off. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So
you'd have did the same shit if you was them.
No, not me personally. No. I've done job. No, I wouldn't have done that. Anyway, man. Shout out to Lowe's, by the way. The hell of Home Depot. What you got, Dave? I'm gonna drink my tequila.
Shit.
It's our show.
Where to begin? I'm trying to think when the incident happened with the tank. Was that before we got on the
That was when I came down there, but yeah, we was off. We was off.
We was off.
Oh,
yeah.
So just a heads up to everybody. So just imagine 1:00 in the morning, hearing a loud bang downstairs for you to go running downstairs, so loud that you thought a tree hit the house. Come to find out that your 40-gallon aquarium done busted open, fish underneath the fridge. Water's covering all of your kitchen, your sunroom, and your pantry. To go from that to, oh, wait a minute, the water has to go somewhere. So then you rush down to your man cave to see water gushing through every single opening, through the lights, through the sprinkler system, everything. So I'm rushing. I'm throwing. This is how in panic mode I was. I'm throwing double shot glasses underneath joints. Like, just catch something. Like, just make something happen. Like, I thought you said you wouldn't put more on me than I could bear. Like, I was going through it. So get through all that to, make sure you got your home insurance, the right one. But my adjuster came from the home insurance, and then he comes through. He's like, yeah, we're going to do this down in the basement. And he gets upstairs, and I got wood floors. And he goes, yeah, so what we're going to do is sand this down, and then we're going to restain it and everything. So I'm going along with the plan. I'm like, okay, you're going to do all the floors, though. And he's like, yeah. For the contractor to come in a week later, for him to come in and go, nah, we ain't doing that. He said he didn't tell you the right stuff, because if you sand it down and then you restain it, you ain't never going to get it back looking like this, because you got a pre-stained wood. He was like, we never suggest that. You need to repair and replace. He was like, and I have your exact wood out in my van right now to match it up. So he said, we need to repair and replace this whole kitchen, sunroom, and pantry area. Now, to the dislike of my wife, she was going with the flow because she wanted a lighter floor. To the fact of the contractor coming in and going, no, I got your floor. She going, goddamn.
So I'm sorry to cut you off. I'll come let you go.
Yep,
so you're saying that the guy when I came over there, he was the one that led you astray. The one that was trying to hit you.
Not led astray though.
Well, no, and then sidebar too. if you don't know Dave, like Dave can
Oh.
talk.
Yeah, I got you.
Dave can talk somebody into
Not that guy, by the way, but go ahead.
oh, Dave can talk somebody into poor choices. I just say this, like he got the gift of gab. Like he's very.
I don't even know if
convincing.
that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't
Well,
even
well,
know.
no, because like when I was over there, like yo, it's a real. I ain't gonna say it's a serious enough situation.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely
the
was.
floor is damaged and stuff like that, and you know they got the vents. I mean, they got these air conditioners or these
Fans and everything.
fans and everything. It looks crazy in there. And meanwhile, in between that, this guy just casually, I don't know, like Dave wasn't talking about no real estate or nothing like that. Dave was talking about his floor, and the guy was talking to him, and Dave was like, no, I know, you know, I'm a real estate agent, I know. And then all of a sudden, that just sparked the whole and I'm just sitting here like, yo, you gotta be
looking
shit.
for more income.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave. Go
Like,
ahead.
bro, I'm trying to get my floors right. You want a job. So, but that guy, just let you know, Earl, that was the guy to basically just get the water out of the floors.
Yeah.
He's not the contractor or adjuster.
Right.
So the contractor comes in and they actually do the work.
Gotcha.
So he comes in and he's like, nah, let's do it this way and blah, blah. So right now we're in between the steps of what the insurance is going to approve. Are they going to approve what the contractor just said? Or are they going to go with what the adjuster just came through to do? So that was one part of it.
Gotcha.
So with all this going on, we have our party for you know, my wife's birthday and for our anniversary and things like that. And everything went great there. Good time. So that was a good vibe. But then it goes to the fact of, you know, the schools down here starting up. So they started up school. And why do we got the same complaints that we did last year on the podcast? Why am I in motherfucking line for 30 minutes and I live 5 minutes away? It is a 30-minute time period from dropping my son off to getting back. And when I say getting back, bruh, it takes so much longer just to get out of the parking lot of the school after you drop him off. She's like, oh, is he late? Nah, I got him there on time. I just can't get out.
That's why.
It's just so stop and go, man. There's going to be so many accidents. I wish it upon no one, but there's going to be so many accidents because there's no lights right there. You're turning at your own will. Like how we say in real estate, buyer beware, like driver beware. And Earl's been with me in the car when we go about this. And he's like, this is what you do every day. And I'm like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I lost my mind.
This is not just for talk during the podcast. Like, this is real stuff. And they haven't got it right yet. So
yeah, God bless y'all, because I couldn't get used to that.
And then the podcast tonight, man, you know, went up to Jersey real quick. Shouldn't be traveling during these holiday weeks, especially if you're in the car. And get on up there. Everything was cool. Hung out with my man Earl. We had a great time. Went out to shout out to Bubba's sports bar out there in Portland, New Jersey. Had a ball. Shout out to Deshaun Naylor, who we had
good looks, bro.
Hook us up with that discount.
All right. Okay.
So definitely hooked us up there. And then we shot over afterwards to a spot that you may hear about very soon. What was it, Main Street Cigars?
Yeah, Main Street Cigars, yeah.
Main Street Cigars over in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Sat back with, I mean, damn, you might as well call the partial owner the way she broke that joint down, because how she gave us that tour, man. Yeah, well, she's definitely gonna be on the show one way or another, whether it's gonna be an on-site or whatever. She's gonna be on the show for the women's group that she runs within the cigar community and stuff, and off of the live show that we just came off of. She has to be on here. So great time up there. Then I went down to Asbury Park beachfront down in New Jersey. Great time, but like I've always told y'all about Jersey, I don't know what you're getting hyped for at the beach because I'm not getting in the water. My wife looked at me plenty of times. You sure? I'm not getting in the water. Well, I'm about to go. I'm not getting in the water. Oh, so why? Because you told me to come. So I'm here. I'm in my chair. I'm hitting this little bit of rays here while I'm getting my drink on and my food. Oh, that's great. I walk the boardwalk all day, listen to the music, throw my drinks back. Oh, but the water's real nice. I'm not getting in the water. I'm not getting in the water. So
Maybe
it's just not
because he's from
happening.
Jersey. Maybe it's a Jersey. I agree with you, bro.
It's not happening. But we went over to this bar spot that I'll send y'all a video of us over there, thinking that we were back in college, and we're not. And, and I've never seen so many males wearing Speedos at one time. It was just it was a vibe. I'm just gonna put it out there like that. It was a vibe. And to see me within this vibe with my bucket of this 4 rum punch that I had, and I'm just sitting up there, everybody behind me on you, and I'm up.
Why is that okay that cats is out here wearing Speedos? Like,
what's wrong with the Speedos, bro?
Let me tell you something.
Do that in your home, bro.
The fact that I wasn't wearing one made me feel out. That's how many people had to join on. I was
That's
like,
a problem,
snap.
bro. That's a problem.
So I looked at Dre and I was like, at 60, I'm gonna wear one of these joints because I just don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna have a shirt that says I'm with her. That's exactly how that's gonna go. Embarrass the shit out of her. But that was my weekend all the way up to this point, because that ride back at the Bay Bridge, let me just tell you something. That joint was a parking lot all over again, reminded me of dropping them off at school, just sitting there, just looking. So we here. I know that was a long breakdown, but you wanted to know what was going on in between time. Aquarium, reckless parking and stuff, and now the fact of getting back home through Speedos. There you go. That's my breakdown.
So all I got out of that was the fact that we're taking donations for a new fish tank for Dave.
Yeah.
No, the hell we ain't. No, the hell we ain't.
Yeah,
look here.
I feel like
humans got to sign off on a waiver to come in my junk, because I'll tell you, all pets. Carter is on a short leash, my dog. Short leash.
I feel like he knows too.
He started to straighten up
after that whole situation. He said, "Oh wait,
like,
they ain't come back. Like one was under the fridge. They ain't come back. I seen him on the counter.
I broke the aquarium and threw the fish underneath the show. Like, yo, he wild.
He said, I seen him on the counter with my own 2 eyes. Like, what is happening?
Oh my God, man. This is episode 122, man, of the Hot Seat Podcast. This is year 3, bro. Our 10th season. And if you're wondering, how the hell do we got 3 years and 10 seasons? So we typically break up it in blocks of 10 to 15 or so, something like that. So it's different seasons.
Too. I said, damn, it's 10 seasons?
Yeah, but but everything is different. Every season we've one up the next, whether it's from graphics, whether it's from commentary, whether it's from guests, everything that we do, we've gotten better and better. As you can see, the brand new virtual set that we got right now, we're getting better and better each year. So it wouldn't be, the Hot Seat Podcast if we didn't talk some football. And then, just so happened that it's about to go down right now. But before we get into the NFL part, let's talk about something like the biggest story of the weekend in football, and that is prime time. Prime time itself. Prime time. What? No, not really. Deion Sanders, man. Deion Sanders, Colorado Buffaloes. And for those who've watched the show previously, you've seen, if you haven't go listen to it, you saw my particular breakdown of what I thought about his Jackson State thing. And if you hadn't seen it, just to explain that, it was never an issue about me not believing in the coaching aspect. Never that was the case. Oh my God, not this guy again.
Give me 5 minutes. Go ahead.
No, so really, it was really about the HBCU piece and how passionate I was about that, and them getting that maintaining or growing that spotlight that was on it. That is all that was really about. From the coaching aspect, never doubted it. And they walked up onto TCU's field, number 17 ranked. Now, a lot of people are going to say they're not the same TCU from last year. I don't give a damn. They were ranked. They were number 17. And I'm trying to figure out how I missed this. I don't know if y'all missed this. They were 21-point underdogs.
Earl didn't miss it.
Colorado. Okay. So Colorado was 21-point underdogs. And
not to talk about his money, but Earl didn't miss it.
Right. And I was mad as shit, because after the fact, I was like, wait.
Plus 720.
So the fact that they went up there and put up was it 45? No, did I look at the wrong number?
That's 45.
45
45,
points.
42.
45, 42.
Yeah.
Could have been more.
It would have been 49 if it wasn't for that missed pass from Travis Hunter on that dime.
Nah, could have been more.
Shador. Well, that too.
Could have been
But
more.
that particular one. But what was so dope to see was how Shador specifically, who was already nice down in Jackson State, but it was a thing was, can he do that in the big time? And really, they still, at the end of the day, they're still college kids, and this is TCU too. But still, he went out there, and wasn't the fact that he wasn't like just throwing up bombs and people just going up to catch him. He was accurate. 510 yards, a Colorado school record, 4 touchdowns, I believe. He had 4 different players with over 100 yards. Mm-hmm. And I think he only had 7 incompletions or something like that.
He was like 37 for like 46 or something like that.
Right. And a couple of those were drops.
A lot of them was drops. There wasn't misses.
The amazing part is everyone who said that can he do it on the prime time level, no pun intended, or maybe pun intended. He went from doing that to all of a sudden he's in a conversation for potential Heisman with Caleb Williams. Everybody,
there's a lot of conversations from that game for Heisman though.
Oh yeah,
about 3 people in there.
Travis Hunter, the two-way guy from Florida State, who Deion got to come over to Jackson State, who went from Jackson State to Colorado with him, which takes you back to the day of nobody didn't know. Deion played both sides of the ball. And he had over 100 yards receiving, an interception. He played over 100
interception.
Yeah, over 110 snaps.
Could have had 2.
Yeah, over 110 snaps. Like he played the entire game.
Could have had a touchdown.
Yeah, and then to top it off in straight Deion fashion, he pulled out receipts during the post game, and it made a lot of people uncomfortable. And I laughed. I enjoyed it because it was like y'all wrote these stories up about what I couldn't do here in Colorado.
Listen,
you believe?
I just want to point this out, and it's not even going against the things that this one person said out his mouth. This is just pure common sense, and it gets me on a Mitch McConnell type role. If you see what he's going through with his age right now, if y'all don't go and take Lee Corso off this goddamn air and just let him be, bruh. Because it's whether you like him or not, the shit's sad, bruh. If you sit up there and just listen to him talk, whether you agree with what he's saying or not, it's bad. Now, of course, Deion was gonna get at all of them because he was talking reckless about them. Yeah, and the things that he was saying to the sense of, I just don't like the way that he does it. If you go back and look at it, I'm like, what the hell is he doing? That's different than all these other coaches out here, or at least trying to do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? These people were working the portal. These people were working portals before there was a portal. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
So what is he doing that's so totally different besides how he represents himself and markets what's going on? What are we talking about? So,
things.
And I love the fact that Deion came out and said it point blank. Y'all not ready for this. No. Y'all not ready for me, this black man up here with this type of power, basically, in that type of sense, and doing what he wants and winning and being successful. No matter what y'all say out your mouths. Y'all can retract it now. Y'all can start running.
Right.
And let me switch up some of the conversation that's out there. Yes, it was only one game, but it was also 100. And I want y'all to understand that sense. It was only one game, but it was 100. Because if that game would have went the other way, nobody would be saying that.
Yeah.
Everybody would say what a fuck up he is.
Yep.
How overrated
what you expect.
he is.
Yeah. What you expect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what we thought. We told y'all. Just because it's the other way around. Hold on, it's only one game. It's also okay. Well, we'll see how the proof is in the pudding because they got a schedule.
Yeah.
They got a schedule out there. And I don't want to see people jumping out the woodworks if they lose one of those games or something like that. No. He's letting you know they're here because for people that don't know, they only won one game last year.
Yes,
I mean,
Colorado is they didn't even have the
they
money
won the game, bro.
to pay Deion the contract that they offered him. And this is the crazy part. And this is the part that, to you guys' point, to about the HBCU side. And it's sad. It's sad. And this is that, and I don't deny any part. The fact that they didn't have the money to pay that contract out to them. And they raised, I think they said they raised 28 million through donors of boosters, fans, and stuff to actually be able to. Now I don't know how that gets divvied out to Deion, but they didn't even have the money to pay him, and they raised 28 mil. I think the contract they offered him was 26, along those lines. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, damn, yeah.
So let me get off for a minute.
Go.
I mean, listen. All right, first and foremost, I always believe, and if you remember talking about catchphrases, that was a Jackson State catchphrase. So I always believe because I seen what he was doing. And then too, like if Deion wasn't on none of our teams, you know what I'm saying? But you knew and you saw Deion. So if you believe in Deion as the player, you gotta know that he could bring it out of you as a coach. You know
he actually played Washington. He played for Washington for 1 year. But
yeah, he did. That's right.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Let's not bring it back.
Yeah,
but he was still solid though.
So like for anybody to really doubt him, you're being disrespectful and you're being a hater. I mean, even to the point of these kids didn't grow up on Deion, but with YouTube and everything, you know what Deion is, you know who he is. So obviously, if you see some 18, 19, 20-year-olds that say, I believe and I will leave to instead of going to this Power 5 school to come to HBCU, that says a lot. And I think what's happening is it was just people that were just hating that he had that much power and influence. And I'm like, yo, it really ain't rocket science. If I'm a cornerback, would I want to go and I'm trying to make it to the next level? Why would I not go where arguably the greatest of all time is at? And he gets it. Like he's an older coach, but he's in tune with younger folks. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna go nowhere else. And you can have a black coach. You ain't gonna go nowhere else where you really gonna get that because he got a different type of swagger than most. You know what I'm saying? So like he walk different. You know what I'm saying? His aura is different. He bring people in. But anyway, so that's the little bit of that. The other thing which you were saying, Sean, and this kind of goes back to that old argument, is like both of us, me and Dave, went to HBCU. I love the fact that he was there, but I also understand the business of HBCUs and the business accoutrement is not good. It's just like a lot of black businesses. It's just like it's not good, especially when this brother bought you money. There was no way that money shouldn't have been reinvested. And he wasn't even actually asking for it to be invested in me. He was like, no, put it into the program. But somehow
put it into the facilities
and stuff like that. That's not asking a lot. You know what I'm saying? But somehow it didn't get through. I think one episode was maybe saying like, yo, how do you go? You talking about, I think it was one at Jackson State. He was like, they didn't have no money or something like that. But he was like, yo, we sold out. So we're like, where did that money go? So at the end of the day, I get it. Like, yo, the business sense wasn't good. But then let's go to TCU. I mean, let's go to Colorado. Yo, he did everything he was supposed to do. And I believe from the get-go. I've been following this man, especially like once he got to Colorado. I mean, I was following Matt Jackson, but like I've been watching his son's YouTube video like religiously every day. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing what they brought in, seeing how the kid, like, I knew that it was going to be competitive. I didn't feel like they was going to blow them out or nothing like that. You know, but I knew it was going to be competitive. So I was trying to stop all that narrative about people saying they was going to get blown out. And two, I knew that TCU, that wasn't the same team. Not saying that took away anything. I just said I knew that wasn't the same team that was there last year. You know, but that was still a formidable team. You know, and to the point where they was 20-point underdogs.
21
point underdogs. They was plus 720. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, anything is possible. And then the fact to see, yo, his son, who they played out so much talking about, oh yeah, he's good, but he was doing that against HBCU talent. What you just saw is that they need to put some more respect on HBCU talent.
Specifically, their coordinator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because he never did that, but he threw 500 against TCU, the second best school or football team last year. So what does that say? That means, stop the foolishness about like this man talking about he only doing this against that lesser grade of talent. Nah, bro. Nah.
A team that ran through my team last year. So
Right.
Yeah.
One thing
that was pretty dope, man. I didn't know this. I don't know if you guys knew as well. So Dylan Edwards, I think he's their running back.
He used to play. He coached them up.
He coached them since he was like, from what I read, since he was like like Pee Wee football.
He known them since he was about 4 years old.
Which is dope, man. Like that, from being a former coach and starting in the Pee Wee football, I love that aspect. And we can, we'll move into NFL for a second. It's something that you said, Earl, and again, this is probably why it hit me in such a way, because I kind of saw, hopefully it doesn't, but I saw this happen in this way. And I said it on my radio show, The Morning Hump, that I was looking and I saw the schedules for first of all, I'm still watching Jackson State football. So if anybody thought, I'm still watching that since then. Game 1, they won. Game 2, they played against Florida A&M.
Got their ass
28-10. It should have been worse because it was actually 28-0 in the second quarter, ended up being 28-10. But what I noticed was, in Florida A&M 25, but what I noticed was outside of Florida A&M, the rest of the schedule was, a typical SWAC schedule. And then I looked over at Tennessee State, and they were playing Notre Dame, and I think I said it in our chat, and I think you might have said, somebody said the Deion effect, that they were actually, like I said, they were playing Notre Dame. Just like Dave's Michigan Wolverines, they played App State that year. We know about the 2007, but they paid them to come out. It's like close to I think it's like 900,000, almost $1 million. You get teams to do that all the time. But I was looking at Jackson State's schedule, and I'm like, man, this team went undefeated for the last 2 years, at least that Deion was there. And I don't see any type of upgrade. And I know people transferred out, but outside of Florida A&M, they have nothing upgraded onto their schedule. They do have nationally televised games, which I do like that they were talking about. But I found it interesting that Tennessee State was playing against a Notre Dame team when Tennessee State ain't done nothing in forever. So I was like, man, I hope that Jackson State don't go back to being like the not being recognized in the spotlight school since Deion left. And so,
but I also, again, I mean, you said it's the Deion effect. Like, no disrespect. Like, I'm glad that HBCUs is getting some notice, but people was coming out there for Deion. Like,
and you gotta respect it while it's here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
they did it.
You supposed to capitalize. That's just like, I ain't gonna hold you. Colorado, he keep doing what he doing. Shoot, he ain't gonna be at Colorado forever. And then here's the crazy thing. I read this somewhere. They offered him. They have a contract. They pay him. I think it's like 29 point something million.
Colorado.
Yeah, for like 5
I think it was like
years.
20. It was like 26 or something like that. Some weird number.
Yeah, something in that. But the kicker is they was like they didn't have the money to pay it.
I said that. That's what I said.
Oh, you said okay.
And they raised like 28 million.
Yeah, but he knew this how much you believe in yourself, though. He knew just from him being there, it was coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just from his effect, he knew. And I want to point out one thing, because I don't want us to glance by it. And I spoke to Earl over the weekend about this, that also ain't being spoke about. I know everybody's talking about the fact that all the attention's on Deion and not these kids. Well, some of it has to be.
Yeah.
And the reason why, what we kind of push to the side sometimes is, do you realize this man is walking up and down a sideline with the way it is?
Yeah, he ran.
Is nobody
damn near
amazed and astonished off of what is going on through this story?
Yo, he damn near died, bro. He damn near died. Like,
but take out even the physical. The biggest part of any type of rehab is your mental.
Right.
You went from being prime time, the best shape of your life, one of the most athletic people that people have ever seen, to you don't know if you're gonna live,
Right.
and if you are gonna live, am I gonna be crippled?
Yep.
Right.
It's your quality.
Right.
You
of
know
life.
how much that messes with your psyche?
Man. I looked at the I've been following that story, and man, being a Washington fan, we all know about the Alex Smith joint.
Yep.
We watched this whole documentary. That documentary got a lot more play than what Deion's did. And Deion, so I'm watching it, and I think the most recent surgery that he had, and they showed a shot, and it's identical. Like when I say I saw the shot, man, they didn't show his foot, which I'm glad they did, man. But I think he only got like 3 toes on one foot, but that same foot,
I seen it a couple times.
He's missing. You can see where they carved or took so much muscle from that lower leg of his, I guess, to do whatever they were doing. Like it's insane, man. The fact that he's even walking, like when I saw him walk, he's been on a cart. Yeah,
but he was talking about every day.
Yeah,
is physical pain, bro.
Yeah,
every day.
Right,
and you're out there, but he transfers that energy
right
into these kids, and he gives them that look. And how you gonna be an athlete out there not buying into it, bro? I'm out here. I'm walking around, and I ain't supposed to be.
And to your point about the Lee Corso part, Dave, the way he did things, he flipped that whole roster. There is only 10 scholarship kids on that Colorado team.
And he was mad about that.
No, but see, he's flipped all of them. I think they said the number was like 80.
Mm-hmm.
So people transferred out. One of the guy, I think he's a tight end. I think the tight end white kid stayed. And he stayed, but he literally flipped the whole roster. They only got 10 scholarship kids. The rest of them left. And to your point,
but this the thing. He was mad at how he came in there one of those first days and was like, "Look, I'm just gonna tell y'all straight up.
Yeah,
a lot of y'all ain't gonna be here."
Yeah.
And I would respect that more instead of you keeping me on there and not being able to play my hand in the transfer portal. And I'm just sitting out there and I'm not on a team. And I just wasted a whole year. That's what he did it for. He didn't go in there and look like no big boss or nothing like that. He was like, "Look, I'm just gonna let y'all know I watched it, and you're not gonna fit the mentality of my team. So let me let you know."
You was 1-11,
but not even in the mentality piece. It's just respectfully, they didn't have the talent. Yeah,
you're not there.
It's like
I just went one in whatever.
Yeah, and if you're realistic,
I'm not trying to repeat that.
If you're realistic with yourself, at the end of the day, you was on that team that went 1-11. You know what I'm saying? Like when Deion came in, you got to know. All right, look, he already was bringing a different type of talent with him, and there's going to be some more people that's going to come. So if it was
Louis too, by the way.
Yeah, if you wasn't somebody that was going to be able to contribute, or you had to earn your spot on that team. Like what's that guy Chase, man?
A reporter had the nerve to ask him in a slick way. Go back and look for it.
Oh, why did he start his son?
Yeah, he was like, "So we knew that you would start your son would end up being a starter and blah blah." Whoa! He held him up right there. Like, who else was I supposed to start?
Right?
Did y'all not just see the performance?
One
as if because he's my son. That's why. It's wild, bro.
And that's what I say. I don't think too many people are questioning the fact of why he started his son. I mean, there's going to be people that question it because they just natural haters. And honestly, it just comes back down to I don't want to see this black man winning. You know what I'm saying? That's what it boils down to. I don't want to see this black man.
We can end that right there.
Yeah,
I don't like how he's doing it. How is he? They're looking and they fishing. How is he getting all these players? He's a charismatic guy.
Now, to be devil's advocate. Now Shador, because this will be his 3rd year. So if he decides to leave and goes to the league, especially if he has a great season, he goes to the league. The next question is going to be, what's going to be if Shador did that, can he do it with a different quarterback? That's going to be because no matter what they do this year, it's going to be, can he do it with a different quarterback? Which I believe he can. I think he will attract.
It's going to be all about that draft class and these come in where they could be successful,
right?
Where they could get known,
Right.
Especially with this NIL deals now. That marketing that Deion gives you, that effect spreads through that too.
In Colorado at that.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, think about it like this. And this should be the biggest compliment for this man in terms of if you're a player and you want to also make some money too. I'm going where Deion is at. He had HBCU players getting NIL deals, and I'm not talking about star HBCU players. Like he had just random HBCU players on his team getting NIL deals. When have you heard that? When have you heard that?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that alone should let you know the type of effect that this man has.
Mm-hmm.
Put some respect in his name.
It's either way, man. It's going to be a fun year in Colorado, and so for everybody I know we're focusing on the 1-11. Colorado ain't been good in years. They've won no more than going back to 2019. And I know we had COVID going on, but they went 5-7 that year. They went 5-7. Yeah.
When I think Colorado and I think of anything that I remember, I'm going back to like Cordell Stewart.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't even know what year that was.
They were.
When did Cordell Stewart play?
The COVID year, they were 4-2 because they only had, we had that, that weird COVID year. So they were 4-2 that year, but does anybody really count that COVID year? And then, of course, you got 21-22 season in that case. They went 4-8. And then, last year they were 1. They haven't been a good team, man. They have not been a good team at all. I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see the games they play against Oregon and USC. More so for Shedeur, because that game against USC, especially if he's had some good games against Oregon, against Nebraska and such, and then they go into that, it's going to be a primetime game at I think they're at home against UFC, and you got Caleb Williams there. So you got Caleb Williams playing. You got 3 potential Heisman guys in that game: Caleb Williams, Travis Hunter, and now Shedeur Sanders. That is going to be bananas, especially if they go into that game with a winning record, if not undefeated. So, hey, man, prove them all wrong.
What else? Story, by the way, is beginning of the 90s. Sorry, Colorado. Go ahead.
Got you. Of course, man, this is the Hot Seat Podcast, man. Season 10 premiere, year 3, episode 122. It's your boy, Sean Xavier, along with my guys, Earl and Dave, man. We back at it again, talking some football, but college is one thing, but the biggest thing is NFL season kicking off on September 10th. But before we get into that, because this is something, we're going to do this live because we ain't really negotiating the time. NFL season kickoff, you know what that means. You know what that means. That is football talk. The Hot Seat Podcast presents football talk. And are we back at our Sunday time slot? Is that what we're doing now? Are we doing it Sundays?
Hey, we're going to negotiate live. I'm good for whatever.
So there we go. Already got playing Sundays at 9 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. The Hot Seat Podcast.
You see how it go? That's how negotiation go, y'all.
That's how it is.
On the joint.
Oh, man. So if you guys, man, whether you're watching us live, that's the best way to do it. It's the pregame for the pregame. It's the Hot Seat Podcast presents football talk, where we give our unprofessional analytical breakdown between all games, our picks, and it's just fun. And it's early morning stuff. And then, around this time, we probably still be this Sunday. We won't do it. I think we're not doing it this Sunday, right? I'm assuming. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We might just do it, but we'll be deliberating.
My
on
game
whether
ain't till the nighttime, so I'm good.
Mine's at what? We're gonna be deliberating whether we getting a Sunday ticket or not. Depending on how they broadcast.
You know what? I love the fact that you brought that up.
Got it. Go ahead.
Put a poll out there to see through the listeners and the watchers and stuff. Should we get Sunday ticket?
Yes. This is a costly ass poll right here too.
Hell yeah, man.
It's a costly ass poll. So you guys know, Sunday ticket is a few $100. So yeah, we're gonna put a poll out. We're gonna put it on our Instagram page, man. Should we get Sunday ticket?
Mm-hmm.
Should Sunday Ticket sponsor the Hot Seat Podcast. I don't know, that would work too. But should we get the Sunday Ticket?
If that happens, then I'll get Sunday. I don't need no poll.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So make sure you tap in with us. 9 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. The Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk. That's when we're going to get it in. Okay. So the NFL season, like I said, is kicking off, man. I'm excited. I haven't been more excited. We all know why.
You're listening to the
What just happened just now. But, you know, being a producer and everything else of the show, it happens. Weird things happen at times. But this Sunday, NFL kickoff season, it's so many storylines. So many. Hey, Earl, welcome back. We just decided that that Football Talk is going down at 9 a.m. on Sunday. So let's know. Just let you know, 9 a.m. You know, do what you got to do. I mean, NFL season kicks off Sunday. What do you mean? Yeah, you know, figure it out. You know, just figure it out. Yeah.
Join us if you like.
just in case you ain't see it, just in case you ain't see it the first time. So we right there because the listeners said they wanted it, so we did it. So Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk, Sundays at 9 a.m. on YouTube, and then we're going to put out a poll. I'm not sure what's happening right now.
Can you get it in the screen?
Right. We put out a poll. Put out a poll whether we should get NFL Sunday Ticket or not. So we're gonna put that on Instagram and let the listeners and the viewers, decide whether we should do it or not. It's an expensive poll, but we gotta have it.
To get Sunday Ticket.
Yes.
Yeah.
We gotta decide. Because I went through it last year. I can't do none of these links no more. But anyway, Sunday, man, NFL's official season kicks off. There's so many storylines this year. Of course, we got Aaron out in New York. We got a big question mark around Russell Wilson to see if he's going to be than what we saw last year in Denver. Now that he has Sean Payton, we got the questions around the rookies coming out here right now. Will Kansas City repeat? Will Philadelphia running back? It's a lot, man. What's the biggest? It could be your own team, but what's the biggest thing that's standing out to you guys? Like legit, what's the biggest thing that you're excited to see, or biggest question mark that you have?
I know for me personally, if I'm not talking about my own team, it's to see how these Jets roll, man. Just to be honest with you. I need New York to stand up because they definitely didn't stand up in no damn baseball season. So I need them to do something in football. And I think both teams are ready to go. So, with Aaron Rodgers being out there, I really liked Breece Hall last year before he got injured. Now you also got Cook with him. I ain't even gonna say behind him, just Cook with him.
Mm-hmm.
What's the old boy's name? On the defensive side. Help me out, Earl. Sauce Gardner.
Oh, Sauce Gardner. Yeah.
You got Garrett Wilson out there. I mean, there's just many different things that are going on.
Garrett Wilson, Quentin Williams. You got
but the thing is, and we spoke about this last year, the biggest time for them to get this done is now. Because when all these contracts hit, you're not going to be able to do so. You're not going to be able to do so. Right. So this is that time. They got that those gap years in there to just really just go at it. And I think that's why they pulled the trigger, to be honest with you, with Aaron Rodgers. Like, hey, what you want? Let's go. Because they knew. Let's see what we got.
Crazy thing is this, you can tell that Aaron Rodgers is happy. Like he's having fun.
Everywhere.
He's having fun. He's like, he really enjoying his time. And honestly speaking, they actually got a real good team. See, the Jets, in my opinion, they always had defense. They always had like a linebackers. Their defense was always pretty good. It was the offense that was a little bit shaky. Like the offense ain't really been nice since like Wayne Corbett and Martin and them.
Oh man, it's throwback game right there.
You know, when they had like like a full, totality of everybody, like the roster was spread out. Like literally now, they got a running back. They have multiple running backs like that can start. You know what I'm saying? One coming off an injury, the other one's kind of on the tail end of his career, but still got a lot of steam. They got young wide receivers, and they got they got a potential superstar in Garrett Wilson. And then they got some young guys like Lazard, old man Cobb. They got a tight end, and they got a pretty decent offensive line. So it's like this, and then you got a Hall of Fame quarterback. So they actually have a good shot, like to really turn some heads. Everything's going to be contingent on, injuries and health and things of that nature. But like they got a good shot, and I guess I ain't gonna hold you. This first game that they have against the Bills is going to let us know where they're at.
That's my 1A story. My 1B story, besides my team, of course. My 1B story is, what will Miami look like if Tua can stay healthy for a season? And that's my 1B story, because personally, I don't even like putting it out in the air, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think too much happened last year with him just physically. But if you remember when he was healthy, bro, they were scary.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They were scary, man. And if he could stay healthy the whole year, I would just love to see what that team could do.
And they added more weapons.
Crazy. Think about that division, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be woo. That would be crazy. You talking Bills, Dolphins, Jets, and then Patriots. But yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy thing is they added more weapons, but what I do like, and I will agree, I think Tua is the X factor.
Oh yeah,
I do like the pickup that they did with the quarterback. I don't know if y'all remember the Jets quarterback that took over for Zach Wilson.
Oh yeah.
White.
Yeah, White. Mm-hmm. Mike White.
Mm-hmm.
He's over there now.
Okay.
And I thought that was a very good pickup because Mike White, honestly speaking, Mike White kind of had a Purdy effect on me. Like he, considering all things considering, like he was doing this thing. He was actually the best quarterback for the Jets last year. Zach Wilson wasn't it. So like he's a great number 2. So I think they'll be in good hands when what's name goes out. And now you're giving him weapons. Yeah, that kid, they'll be okay. They'll be okay.
So,
but Jalen Ramsey though, he got hurt.
Yeah.
So he's out until like December. But they picked up Eli Apple. Yeah, I'm good.
So on the morning hump, man, I gave my picks of division winners and wild card points, and I wanted to get you guys' take.
Shout out to the morning hump, by the way. Plug it.
Yeah, I guess I should since you
that would be nice.
Yeah, it's fine.
That'd be nice. I mean, you kind of said it.
Yep. Well, I was getting to that. So we got the morning hump, man, and we got over the hump. So morning hump, 6 a.m. Mondays. So it's coffee, football, and music, man. It's sports talk football. I cover all types. I get to get in my analytical bag. I get to use all the big words I want to use because Earl ain't gonna be there to say something, and you really get to see me from a fan standpoint, but really cover everything, like all things football and how much I actually take in notes. The missus looked at me. She's like, "What are you doing this weekend?" So what are you doing? Why you got this notepad full of scribbles? It was all my notes for the morning hump. Like I love this stuff. So I'm a nerd for you. And then of course over the hump, man, it's that Wednesday vibe, getting over that midweek hump at 5 p.m. live on AM. So make sure you guys tap in. So like I said, I gave my picks and I want to see what you guys take away from it. So what did you see that stood out to you? And I have a reason. I literally went down. Now I've been working on this pick list since before the show this morning that I did. Now it's Tuesday. Oh, it's Monday, but it's Tuesday when you guys see the show. But I went through and I had a good argument for each and every one and why. So from off of this list that I gave on here, as far as the division winners, what did you guys take, man?
There was two things that stood out immediately to me. Okay. I know why Earl was clapping. That was one of them. As far as the Giants win the NFC East, Earl can clap all he wants. I don't need him to do that because when we win championships, we don't win the East. So I don't need that to happen. But secondly, is put it back up there real quick. Was that you have not only the 49ers in the wild card, you got the Eagles in the wild card. And I was like, wow, all right. But I guess that comes off the Giants winning the East. But I sat back and I was like, whoo, that's two heavy hitting things there. So you're basically saying Seattle over there, and you're saying the Giants over there to make the 49ers and the Eagles both be in the wild card. So those were the things that stood out to me. But
for me, the Giants, I was just clapping just as a sign of respect. Thank you for putting it back up there. But again, I agree with Dave. I actually don't think that the Giants will win the NFC East. I think it still would be the Eagles. But again, we don't need to win the East. We just need to get in the dance. Okay, so they can have that. The reason why I feel like they're going to win is because they are the stronger team. I'm not going to lie. Like, they are the stronger team. We haven't beaten the Eagles in years. And they have depth, and they got picks. I don't know how they're doing this.
They got Georgia.
Yeah, they so
Georgia Eagles.
Respect to them. Now the couple of things on there that I also didn't I'll just say eye opener. Don't know about the Packers. I don't agree with that one. I'm not. I might beg to differ on that one because the Packers don't have enough to where I feel like they're gonna
get you for that pick.
Yeah, I honestly put Detroit over them. And then the Falcons.
So that everybody's talking about the Falcons. So this is you have to. When I made these selections, it's not because I didn't watch these teams, because I watched all these teams, and I learned some things that I didn't even know I learned. I'm listening to pod, because you only learn a lot of stuff whether you're listening to their local spaces, because nationally you can watch First Take, Undisputed, NFL Network. You're only going to get the national view of the team, but they're getting most of their information off of a couple of pieces they watched from last year. They might have got some pieces that they got from some insiders, but to get down to what the teams really are, you really have to tap into the local media, because they're there every day. That's how I'm able to, outside of going to practices, see how my Washington Commanders are and seeing them firsthand. Whereas most people coming in, and not to pivot too far, but most people coming in thought it was like, Sam, and it's still preseason, but it was like Sam Howell, whatever. And then after that, his preseason, and then yes, it was just a preseason game, but seeing how he performed against a different team, how he's in practice, all of a sudden it's like they might actually got something. So you don't know unless you tap in. The Atlanta Falcons, I watched their preseason game. They have probably one of the best. They've always had a good rushing attack as it is, and they just had Cordell Patterson in them. That Bijan Robinson pick, even though a lot of people looked at it as like, why would you pick a running back in the first round? That's for a reason. 2, their offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in the league. They're going to run the hell out of the ball, and they're crazy fast on turf. And then, crazy, believe it or not, they got a competent quarterback that they signed in Taylor Heineke, who's going to win them some games. And the NFC South is really soft.
That's where I was about to go with it.
Right. They are really soft. Like this, I said it on the show that
it's a toss up in the South. That's why I didn't bring up the Falcons pick.
This could be one of those years. Remember when the Seattle Seahawks won the West and they were 7-9? The NFC South could legitimately be one of the divisions where someone wins and only wins 8, maybe 9 games. Looking at all those teams.
I think anybody in the South can win that division besides the Bucks. And the reason why is because I don't think Mike Evans is going to be on the team by the end of the year.
Nope.
And they don't got a quarterback.
Yeah, I forget his name. I forget his name.
Well, no, I'm just talking about Evans in general.
Oh, that's
Evans' contract is going to be up, and his agent just released the fact that once the season starts, we are not negotiating anymore. We will ride this to free agency.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah, so he's gonna play the whole season. I mean,
no. So as a team, if you get to the first week and you know they're not going to negotiate the whole season, why am I keeping you?
Right.
For you to ride in the free agency and I get nothing for you? So I'm saying he's probably going to be moved if they don't figure out something. That's what I'm saying to you. So I don't.
But then who's the quarterback for the starting quarterback for the Saints?
Oh, that's Carr.
Oh, okay. So
that's why I said it's all up in the air to me.
But I don't trust their coach. I don't trust their coach.
So the Saints for me is the number one, but I do agree. It is up in the air. But I don't see the Falcons doing it.
We'll revisit it. Now the Green Bay pick was something that, mind you, the majority outside of Aaron Rodgers, the majority of that team is still there, and I believe that.
No, it's not. Not really. Randall Cobb gone.
That's the name three.
Now look,
what's that defensive juggernaut?
Who?
The cat.
You're talking about Preston Smith. You talking about the other guy? The majority. They've had some people leave, yes, but the majority of the makeup of that team is still there, and I believe that they're going to have Jordan Love is actually going to do a lot better than what people believe. I think Minnesota is going to fall off. I think it's going to be a tight race, but I think Green Bay ends up winning that. The only reason I didn't pick Detroit because of the defense. They got some stalwart players on defense, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a scheme that they run, but the offense will give them points. The defense lets them down, and it's like in the secondary.
So let me ask, since you're going through your picks, are we giving our picks or are we just going over your picks?
I was giving it just some storylines.
That might be for football talk.
Yeah, that's just some storylines I had in there. That's all. It's some storylines. We can get that on football talk. But that was just the ones I pointed out. See what you guys thought. Anything that stood out, and you guys said it. San Fran and those guys. I think Brock Purdy, as good as he's going to be, is not going to do it for San Fran. And Seattle just got better. They got better than they were last year.
From the 49er fans that I know, they tell you different.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the 49ers fans.
But I mean, you know what? I put it this way. He's in a good position to succeed because he got weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, it's gonna be fun. Either way, man. It's NFL season's kicking off. We got a bunch of games. We're locked into our infamous, Giants Commanders game, November 19th. Mm-hmm. We may have to do just like a on location pod live right then while we tailgating and getting it in that day. I'm gonna figure it out. As long as the technology works.
Are you talking about the premium tailgate party? Are you?
We gonna figure that out. We gonna figure that out, man. It's going to be fun to say the least. We'll get down to for football talk really. But we just wanted to kick it off, as you guys know what we're getting ready for. Again, we're gonna put it onto the poll. Should we invest into the Sunday ticket? If they don't broadcast this Commanders game this Sunday, you ain't got to do a poll. My answer's already in. I'll tell you that right now.
Who they playing?
We got Arizona. But it didn't even matter. Like they weren't
That's where he's at for some reason. Yeah.
They weren't broadcasting.
That's for you, bro.
But part of that was I know it was part of ownership. So I'm thinking it's a good chance they are. But if they don't, I'm just gonna roll up their YouTube, and to be here in the studio in Sonata Circle Creators.
I'm sorry, you gotta deal with that, bro. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what. But yeah, this is a Hot Seat Podcast, man. Season 10 premiere, year 3. Year 3, fellas. We doing this for 3 years now. Episode 122. That's just for podcasts. That's not including all the other stuff we've done, which is kind of bananas. Anything y'all take from this, man? 3 years in, anything that y'all take from this?
I think we've honestly, not bigging our own heads up, but
we can talk
got better each and every year. And I mean that all black everything was it.
Yes,
that was it. Put that last all black everything up against any of your shows, like 7 to 8 shows in a row, and tell me what you think.
Yeah,
honestly, just tell me what you think.
It is now on YouTube and for streaming and listening, guys.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've gotten better. You know what I'm saying? And I think with just the with us like as growing within our own, individual selves or whatever, and then just like with just the overall growth of the show, you see like the development. Well, you see the progression, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think none of us really envisioned 3 years ago when I was literally in my closet. You know what I'm saying?
And now you look like a midget. And I enjoy it.
You know what I'm saying? To see where we're at now.
He was sweating with a white tank top on. I ain't gonna say what what they usually call him, but he was sweating in that joint. Gosh,
we had to do a couple. We had to do 2 or 3 shows on that one. Yeah, that same day. So
sweating.
The growth is real, and I think growth is expected, and growth should be appreciated. So
celebrated.
Yeah. So, you ready for Real Estate Corner Day?
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Yes. It's been a little minute. Haven't done the Real Estate Corner, but I'm gonna approach this one a little bit differently. Because normally I'm talking to the potential buyers or renters or even sellers out there. This one, I'm actually going to be speaking to the agents. If you can bring it down just a little bit. Speaking to the agents out there because, people can lie to you all they want. It's a tough market. And this is where we wean out the strong from the weak as far as agents. There's a lot of people out there. I compare it to being a producer or an artist back in the day. Everybody was producing music, quote unquote. Everybody was a producer, owned a company. Everybody worked in entertainment. Now everybody's an agent. Everybody. Oh yeah. I dibble a little bit in that. I do some things. I'm like, okay. That just means you probably passed the test. That's it. Show you those numbers. What do they specialize in? So when I'm speaking to these agents, especially the agents within my brokerage, I compare things to working out. So I'm going to give all agents out there some tips. Number one, just like going out to work out, you got to show up. Make sure you show up. So it sounds easy, but agents don't do it. It's basically knocking out half the battle if you just show up. A lot of people, when they go through this struggling time, they just like, they're paying for these fees, but they're not putting that work in. So number one is show up. Number two, have an accountability partner. It's the same way within a gym when you have a spotter and when you're struggling and that bar is coming down, you got that person like, hey, I'm going to let you fend for yourself a little bit. But if you feel like you're about to fall, I got you. That's the same thing in this real estate game. And by the way, you can take these tips and put them into your own career. But have an accountability partner because you need somebody that's going to hold you accountable to make sure that you show up. And trust me, when you put your goals in somebody else's mind and have them holding you accountable, you'll start holding yourself accountable more because you not only don't want to let yourself down, you don't want to let them down because they're spending their time looking after you. So that's a big thing to have. Number three, within working out, you always hear people say before you start really going at things, you need to stretch. You need to get your muscles warmed up and stuff. It's the same thing in real estate. Our stretching is training on a daily basis and reading. Reading is everything. I'm telling you, and I am a late, I guess you would say, follower to this because I was always a writer, but for some reason I didn't fit the whole, statistic of, people that are great writers, they're big time readers. I wasn't that guy. Unless it was like a sports page or video games, I wasn't that guy. But now I make sure I'm reading, and it is a game changer. Everybody has these amount of minutes in a day to be able to sit back, your quiet time, and get things done. It's just what we choose to do at that time. I'm telling you, read. It'll build you up a whole lot quicker than anything else. All the top people out there, money-wise, wealth-wise, I guarantee you, ask them how many books they read within a given year. So, and write down your notes. Make sure you're writing down your notes. Number 4, be consistent. Be consistent. Key to success. You got to be consistent. Do it again and again. They tell you that it takes 21 days to create a habit. I'm going to backtrack on that. It actually takes 66 days according to recent studies. So if you just pay attention to 21 days, that's fine, but you can still fall out of that and go right back in. I'm not even going to put any time period to you. You can use 21, you can use 66. This is what I'm going to tell you. When it feels like a part of your life, now it's a habit. I don't care if it takes 365 days.
Damn right.
It has to be in a way where you don't feel like, oh shoot, I'm waking up and shoot, should I go to the gym? The beginning of this year, I'm gonna put myself out there. I went to the gym straight for 6, almost 7 months, something like that. And then I got so busy, my excuse in my mind, that I stopped for over a month. People would say, oh, well, you formed a habit. You went 6 months in a row. No, the hell I didn't. Because my body didn't sit back and say, I need to go. You get what I mean? Like it was part of my lifestyle. So everybody is different. And I'm going to start jumping back in now. But these are the things that are setting you back. That's why I compare it to working out. So consistency. And the last thing, just like working out, fight through the pain. All you agents out there, I know it's a tough time. I know interest rates and things are high. I know there's all these extra things that are holding you back expense wise, but you got to fight through the pain. This is how they know if you're serious or not. When you're caring for your clients more than you're even caring for yourself in a way, because there's certain things that we do way past the title of a real estate agent. I'm telling you that. So fight through the pain. And if any of you need help, this is where I do my shameless plug. Come shout at me. David Story, Exit Community Realty, 410-845-0665. Maybe I'll throw you on a new team that's about to be announced in the very, very, very near future. Pretty much next month. So.
We're going to drop that on the pod too, by the way. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm loving it. One thing, I don't know if he said it on there. One thing is, out of all those in there, and for any new agents or current agents, make sure you practicing good business, man. Make sure you practicing good business. Like from a homeowner right now, Dave know the stories. Mm-hmm. Practice good business, man, because the real estate space is very small when you come down to communities. And you don't want to be that one agent, that one realtor that gets a rep of screwing people over at the end of the day, and you costing yourself money. I'll just put
it. And by the way, that goes for realtors. That goes for the whole team. Realtors, investors, lenders, movers, title companies, whatever it is. You all make up a team for someone's biggest purchase in their life. So, you might get away with it once, twice, whatever it is. I'm telling you, if you're not doing things in good faith, man, it's going to come back and bite you. It will. Yeah. It will.
Where else can you go to a podcast and we go from football to talking to real estate? I mean, it's a Hot Seat Podcast, man. We've been doing this for 3 years, 10 seasons, 122 damn episodes. But we also do something else too, because we love our gaming, man. We love our gaming. Ooh-wee. Let's go. Madden 24 dropped. And
I like it.
I will say this.
Do you play it?
I do. Actually, I have a game. I went to go play the other day and realized that Dave had the Eagles, and I was like, shit, I couldn't play my game.
Yeah, you gotta play me.
But here's the thing that I stopped doing this a while ago, and I just pulled the jack out of my headphones, so I'm gonna keep talking because I know y'all.
I was about to say
one thing that I stopped doing a long time ago was we'll keep it moving. I stopped reading the comments in social media. Unfortunately, I have to maneuver and participate in social media because we got a pod. I market the pod. And I'll look at things that we enjoy, like Madden and stuff like that. And I always tell myself not to look at the comments because the comments are the most depressing, like irresponsible, hateful shit you can be. Like if the sky is blue, somebody gonna say it's red. And if you say, no, it's blue, and then y'all get into a fight on social media, stupid. I read a lot of negativity around Madden. Now, granted, there are some things in Madden that I absolutely want changed, but there are a lot of things that they have upgraded just from the mechanics of it all is great. So the game itself is pretty solid. Now, I do want them, again, I'm going to keep saying this until they hear me, to realistically show what the stadium is like when it comes to crowd and stuff like that. If the stadium ain't full, it ain't full. It is what it is. And that goes back to a story I've told many times about, the owners and the NFL didn't like the fact that some stadiums weren't showing at full capacity. So EA Sports decided to, big word coming, capitulate to the NFL. And it's been like that since. 2, and I said it the day of the first day, y'all do a lot of research on this game, I would hope. You bring in a lot of AI type stuff, analysts and such. Go on to the field. One game. All you need is really one game. Maybe 2, maybe 5 if you need a couple of different ones. And record different scenarios on the field. Because when I was playing the game, the crowd reaction was not accurate at all. And that's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, why is the crowd like constantly roaring? And the game just started. Like, the game had barely started. Like it was like the ebbs and flows of the game. Crowd reaction was kind of throwing me off. It was kind of weird. Fix my man Sam Howell's face. He looked like MODOK from Off of Marvel. It's horrible. Besides that, man, I like the game. Madden it's fine. What you got, Dave? Or Earl? Whichever. What y'all think?
For Madden, I know Earl's gonna agree with me on this because we actually went through a fantasy draft.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're not the only people that do this. So for the developers of the game, just play every version and figure out what's gonna be the easiest way for somebody. Because for people that get in depth like us, why do I gotta press on the player and then the player card and then search and all that stuff for information that if I'm doing a fantasy draft and I gotta pick within 1 minute, I should already have in front of me. Things like the age, things like what's the contract and how many years are left on.
And that's basic. The age piece, that's basic.
This is like just regular. We gotta press so many times that by the time we look through a player, we got 15 seconds left. So it's one of those things that you're just like, do they play? Do they play? That's a simple question. But besides that, I do love the game. I love parts of the speed of the game and certain things that that they have changed within the game. I'm glad that honestly you can't just easily throw the ball up and catch it because it was kind of easy in the past.
Right.
You actually have defense on this game. And I'll let Earl cover some other things.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that Dave said. Like, that draft was harder than it needed to be. And honestly, too, I felt like it wasn't like that last year. So I was like, how are we going backwards? You know what I'm saying? But I do agree, like, the developers need to play every aspect of the game. You know, because, like, there's things that shouldn't be happening. Like, y'all had it right, and then y'all messed it up in a newer version. The other thing I would say is I think the gameplay is good. The storyline is actually really good for the superstar mode.
Okay, I haven't touched that yet.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all don't get it. If y'all get a chance, do that because Deion is on there.
Nice.
So like that's really dope and it's really realistic. Like it takes you through the whole gamut and everything. Like it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. But yeah, like I think they did good. But then also too, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't NBA coming out soon?
I was gonna announce that. That's Friday, buddy.
Oh, that's this Friday?
That's Friday, buddy.
Oh.
I already got reserved. That's Friday.
Yep. One more thing on Madden. What just happened today with you guys' Giants? What happened today?
What you mean?
With our Giants?
Mm-hmm. We signed a cat to our practice squad. I don't know which one.
They restructured Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Yeah.
His contract.
Good.
I sent that
Put
to
it
y'all.
back in Madden. We used to be able to do that. Put it back in Madden.
Freed up like $6 million.
Yes, they freed that.
Yeah.
Put it back in the franchise mode. We play franchise mode. How many times do we play franchise? And me and Dave had these conversations more than Earl has. We were like, yo, I'm trying to sign this person, but I ain't got the money. Allow us to restructure the contract. We know what the fuck we doing. We got whole notepads about who we gonna keep, who we not gonna keep.
Very true.
That used to be in the game. I don't know why they got rid of it, but put it back in the game.
You know, another thing that I wish, and that's actually a good point, Sean. Another thing I wish that they added. Well, take a page out of NBA 2K.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they got like Trade Finder?
Yeah.
Where they already do it. And
man.
That would make stuff so much easier. Like, put that into the game.
I definitely agree with that.
Put that into the game, especially with football. Like, if you do one of these online, like, you really do have to have a pad and pencil. Like, that takes a long time to really juggle and figure out, because you got to put multiple trades and packages together, and you doing a trial and error. At least if you got the trade finder, I'm not losing out on picks. You know what I'm saying? What the way that we do it, like, you kind of rolling the dice. Like, you gotta you may give a second round pick and you like, damn, yo, I could have gave up a third round pick for that. You know what I'm saying? So
you're muted right now.
While we're talking about it, shout out to Chaz Franklin, because we'll give him a holler next week to let him know if the WNBA is actually represented correctly in this year's NBA 2K24. Hopefully it is. But once again, that will be released this Friday. Sounds like Earl didn't prepare, right?
That's Video Game Corner, man. That's basically Video Game Corner for us. You know, get it right, man. Get it right. Even the storyline, take that out and add that to the draft. If the draft is a big event, put that into the game. I would love if they put that energy into like the draft aspect. It'll be so much though, you know. So this is a Hot Seat Podcast, man. Year 10, run it back. Year 3, season 10, episode 122. It's me, your boy Sean Xavier, alongside my guy Earl, storyteller Dave. We're doing this thing, man. And look, we cannot go do this if we don't have a not so breaking news. You got not so breaking news?
Yeah, I got one.
I don't even know. I'm afraid to ask where we about to go with this. Oh,
got
man.
me thinking about things, so you'll see.
Let's go.
Not so breaking news.
So I don't know if y'all knew, but a 22-year-old right now is making $144,000 from 2 full-time remote jobs. So, and he explains the strategy online. So I'll throw it in the links and stuff. But with this 22-year-old, so less than a year into his first job out of school, this kid, 22-year-old software engineer based out of the West Coast, decided that he wanted to earn some more money, which he was already making $75,000 fresh out. So that was good already. But then he said, I wanted to do something else. So he got another remote job. With this remote job, he only has to put in about 10 to 15 hours a week. So he said, let me jump into that. Consider it a side hustle type gig. With him doing so, he puts together with both jobs about 30 hours a week. With the two jobs, he's combined to make $144 $44,000 for the year. Where did we go wrong? I don't really have not so breaking news on this. I'm saying like 22, 30 hours, 144,000. What the hell are we doing?
I say that every time I see one of these goddamn influencers or these TikTokers or something, and they get signed to these deals. I'm like, bro, we've been playing video games for y'all motherfuckers were even bored. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, we're funny.
Man.
We're funny. We're very intellectual. Oh, God. Remote.
Yeah, man. Remote. Both jobs are remote. Yep. And I think it says in there, like, he purposely didn't tell one of the employers about the other employee. He's not too concerned about getting caught. Yep.
Shout out to him, man. I mean, they making it work for them, man. Like, you know, I don't know how much longer that's gonna last, considering they're trying to get all these remote people back to work. So you better hope it, works out for you. Stash some of that money. But
don't bring that up between my missus and yours.
Man, Yep.
They
He'd be like,
don't
what
wanna hear that
the
talk.
hell you mean? I had got a degree and everything.
Biden's about to stop from being back in office. He made that happen. I'm gonna let you know right now. He forced these federal workers back into work. You can already
my
just push that
God,
election
man.
to the side.
Oh my God, man. Look, I got a not so breaking news, man, that carried over from this morning, and I just want to get y'all take because we had a time on the morning hump, man. So
Not so breaking news.
I don't know when it happened,
Not when you start with the exhale. Go ahead though.
but so the other day I was hungry, and I was driving by, and I said I wanted some chicken. You know, I don't eat like takeout chicken like that often. We cook it at the house, but when I want, I usually go buy some Popeyes chicken. Same one, they be snapping. This particular day, I decided, you know what? I haven't had in a while. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh shit.
So I went to a Kentucky Fried Chicken. Mind you, I haven't been to KFC in years, man. And I said, I just want some chicken strips. Got me double mashed potatoes or whatever. Man, listen. Now I know why Popeyes be killing the marketing on TV. And also the KFC commercials, they be faking the funk. And they living off a legacy. And I said it during the morning hump. That was the most blandest chicken I've ever had in my life. I don't know what happened from when we grew up, when KFC was like that. The gravy was seasoned.
Do they still have the honey barbecue joint?
I don't even know. I don't even want that shit at this point because it
that was the only thing I used to get. That's why I had.
I want to know what happened to Colonel Sanders' recipe. That's what I want to know. That's the not so breaking news.
It went with them.
It had to. It had to. Whoever's in that kitchen now, up in whatever their corporate office is, they changed the recipe. They probably put raisins in their potato salad. That was the worst. That was the worst meal I've ever had, man. I lie to you not.
Wow.
I know we're in this day and age where people like no GMOs, gluten-free, stuff like that. But I go to Popeyes every once in a while. That joint be smacking when it's fresh. This was absolutely
just be close to a toilet. That's all.
Yes, absolutely. You know, get your head out the toilet. But I don't know if anybody else has tried that recently, but it was not good. And this ain't a one-off because I've heard from other people too. I'm like, it can't be that bad. It was bad, bro. It was bad. So next time I see a KFC commercial, I'm sending a complaint because that shit's false advertising because it's bad. It was not. It was not. It was. Oh,
and see, I was gonna try to find the KFC just to try to. I guess they got some type of new chicken sandwich or some joint they got.
Nope, you better not. I'm telling you that. You know what? I want you. I said it on the show, and we teased it last year, but we didn't get to it. I think for a show now we got video right now. We should bring in Popeyes and KFC and do a real live taste testing of the show. Don't eat the whole thing.
That's not gonna be fun because I already know what I like better.
Yeah, exactly. That ain't gonna be. That's a waste. Because I'm not doing no salty KFC. I'm sorry.
I feel like we should do a blind. I don't know, man. I just don't.
We can do that concept, but I don't know about those two.
Yeah, the only thing that we could do like Chipotle versus Qdoba or something like that. But see, the only thing that I ever liked from KFC was they used to have these twisters, which was like chicken wraps. Now those was good.
They said those were. What we talking about now?
But they took them off the menu.
I told them the only thing I used to get was I think it was like the honey barbecue something that came in that's real sticky joints, and those were good back in the day. But I don't even know if they have them anymore.
Maybe we should get two former employees. We get a former employee of Popeyes and a former employee of KFC. Get them on the show, and they can talk. They can really talk freely, and they can tell us what the deal is. Because Popeyes is good, but I don't like the marketing because it's real. Welcome to the WB. Like, I don't really like that.
I mean, that's everything, you know.
Yeah, but Popeyes be really leaning into that, really leaning into that.
Oh, while we're on food real quick, though, on last Thursday, took the family out. We went out to Hell's Kitchen out on the wharf, man. And If you don't know about Hell's Kitchen and Gordon Ramsay, I got the beef Wellington, and I just got to tell you, no words, just that good, bro.
Did he cook it himself?
That good. Listen, that restaurant is right. Okay. And you could just tell when people put love into their food and when they just make it. And everything we got was on point. So shout out to Gordon Ramsay, shout out to Hell's Kitchen, shout out to the Wharf, the DC Wharf in general. They're doing it right, not to shit on anybody else National Harbor. But the DC Wharf is just doing it right. So big things over there.
I'm glad you said that because I don't want y'all to take this wrong way, but I ain't a fan of just like, a white guy that's yelling at me, why you cooking my food? I'll tell you that right now. But you said it was good. So I just,
it was better than good, bro. It was better than good.
Was he actually there? Or was it just a
restaurant
by itself?
He wasn't actually there because he's normally out in like Vegas or he's home back in like, England and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they do have a thing that'll scare the shit out of you as far as a video of him. Like at the door when you come in,
wow.
Hey, and he does like this whole video montage, and he has different things that he comes out and does while you're sitting there in the waiting area. So that's pretty neat. I got video from all that, so pretty cool. Man, and the drinks were on point. Of course, I got my drink with the mezcal in it. So
I'm loving it. And of course, man,
loving it.
This podcast wouldn't be what it is, man, if we hadn't taken our Xbox Live chat from the Xbox Live chat airways, I guess, or microphones, all this time. And we brought it over to a podcast 3 years ago, 10 seasons in, 122 episodes ago, however you want to tabulate it up. So, of course, we already gave my name, Sean Xavier. I'm on Madden. I'm playing. I'm ready. I'm ready for my City Skylines 2 to drop. The new Forza Motorsport, car porn. I'll tell you that right now. It's straight car porn. It's the most beautiful. It is absolutely... It is gorgeous. And if anybody knows me, I'm a Formula One guy. I watch these, but it is, if you thought Forza Horizon was great,
do they have a mini in there?
You fucking right. They do got a mini in it. I just put new wheels on the mini over the weekend.
God.
And they do have the new.
Are you still in that group?
Yes, I am still in the group. Thank you. God. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Shout out to the state of Maryland, ripping them my car. I had to go down to 16s instead of 17, so, take a tire on it. And the new game that's out, Starfield, man, I am eager to play that game. It's an open world game. I'm not sure how many people will get into it, at least, from our listener base, but it looks extremely dope. It's from Bethesda Games. They've given us some really dope games of the year. So that's early access,
Pass, right?
Is on Game Pass. Early access has already started. The game drops on the.
You're going to have to say that again.
And it's a gorgeous. They've been working on. What did I say? I don't know what I said.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
I said
that. The game.
I said it. September 6th is when it drops.
Okay.
The early access is right now. You can play it. They've been working on that game for years. The reviews have been crazy dope. I'm excited to play it. But as Sean Xavier, man, find me there. Of course, you can find me on the Morning Hump Mondays at 6 a.m. Over the Hump this Wednesday at 5 p.m. I'll be broadcasting from Ocean City this time around. So it'll be dope. What you got, Earl?
NJ Fatboy 973. Madden, I'm playing. We'll be getting the basketball, so we will be doing you know how we do, Eric, I'm sorry, Sean.
Sean, you over there sounding like Shannon Sharp this morning.
I know, Skip.
You just got him Skip.
Sean, I hope you join and see if Eric can get back on. But yeah, I can't wait.
All right, the Storyteller definitely on Madden. Definitely will have the 2K. I'll check out Starfield. I was hearing some interesting news about GTA also.
Yes.
So I'll wait till I can really confirm some of the things I was hearing before I put those things out there. But that's really about it.
Yeah, man. And of course, this Sunday, where we're gonna be at, Earl, 9 a.m. live on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. The Hot Tea Podcast presents Football Talk. We are the pregame to the pregame. This is the official NFL Sunday. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there. Somebody gonna be there. It's game time, early morning.
See if
football
I can
talk.
record from outside.
That's whatever you gotta do. We're gonna be out there, man. We're gonna be out there. So of course, the show will be available tomorrow. If you guys watching it at that point, the audio will be available on Wednesdays. Make sure you guys continue to follow us. We appreciate you guys, man, for another year with us. We got some big things in store for you, man. It's going to be a good time, yo. It is the hot seat, yo. We out.
You're listening to the Hot Seat Podcast.
The hot seat.